Well, hello there. I am making a video instead of doing a live, and I'm going to be cooking some pecan crusted Swai fish for my husband for dinner. He absolutely loves it. I posted some small videos or pictures of it. It's delicious, it's healthy, and it's perfect for both of our blood types. So we're going to begin by showing you this wonderful Swai fish. You can buy it at Meijer. You can buy it at Walmart. Swai, spelled S-W-A-I, Swai fish. It's a light fish. Has sort of the texture of catfish, but it's not a scavenger fish. So here it is. That's Swai, and we're going to get to it. Okay, so in order for me to get the pecan crusted Swai fish done, I have to do my pecan crusting first. So my fish is thawed out. It's been patted dry so that there's no excess moisture on it. And I have here some chopped pecans. I don't think I have enough here, so I'm going to add a few walnuts to my mixture because in the words of Tabitha Brown, that's my business. So I got my pecans here, and I'm going to add a few walnuts. Which are very good for Dr. Woodard and myself, being blood type A and blood type B. So I'm going to add just a few of the walnuts in here. So just make sure I have the coverage that I need. The other seasoning I'm going to have, and you can use your own seasonings, I'm going to use Like Sweet Like Smoky by Tabitha Brown, and then Very Good Garlic by Tabitha Brown. And I'm thinking I'm going to add about a half a teaspoon. It's going to be just about a half a teaspoon. So that was maybe like 3 or 4 shakes, and half a teaspoon of this Like Sweet Like Smoky and Very Good Garlic. And then a tablespoon or so of turbano sugar in the raw. So I'm going to put that in there. It's about a tablespoon. And then I'm going to blend it over here in the on the food processor. So as you can see here, after a few pulses, this is kind of the texture that I have. So it's kind of coarse, kind of fine, kind of a blended texture, which is perfect. I'm going to pour it in the bowl here so you can actually see what we got here. It smells amazing. It already smells amazing. So there you go. Those are your walnuts, your pecans. If you want to blend the two or do one or the other, it's perfectly fine, however you want to do it. And the seasonings and the turbano sugar. And this is what's going to go on top of the Swai fish. All right, as you can see here, I've got the Swai on some parchment paper. My oven has been heated to 400 degrees, and I have it on this cookie sheet here, or baking sheet. And so I have 3 pieces, nice pieces, size pieces of Swai right here on this baking sheet. And on top of this, I'm just going to add a little bit of butter. This is challenge butter, lactose-free, clarified butter with canola oil. So I'm only going to put a pat on each piece. And if you notice here, the fish is turned with the fatty side up. The smooth side is down, and the fatty side is up. So just going to take, not a lot, maybe 1/4 of a teaspoon, because you don't want too much. But you want something to help the pecans and the pecan mixture adhere to the fish, because I have taken all the water out. As you don't want a watery fish. And what I'm going to do is I'll take these small pats of margarine or butter, clarified butter, lactose free, and I'm just going to smooth it on there like that, like I'm, rubbing down a turkey for Thanksgiving. Well, I'm going to rub down these pieces of fish and kind of smooth that onto the fish so that it's totally covered, just like that. Okay, and you can see that it's covered really nicely if you look at it right there. Okay, so next I'm going to add this wonderful smelling pecan crusting to the fish. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit of salt, because Tabitha Brown seasonings, they don't have any salt in them, which I like, so I can add as much salt as I would like and not have to be concerned about how much salt's in my seasonings. So I'm going to sprinkle the salt on now on top of the butter that's been applied to the fish. And this is fine granulated sea salt. That's what it is. Okay, so I put the salt on, and now I'm going to add the pecan crusting. So I toss it around in the bowl because I kind of want some of the coarse nuts, and then I want some of the smooth nuts. So I start with a pile in the middle of the fish, just like this, and then I spread outwards just like that. I start in the middle and I spread the mixture outward just like that. This stuff smells so good, y'all. Okay, so I've got that one. I'm getting ready to do this one, and I'll keep doing this until I am finished. Okay, as you can see, I have pretty much buried these fish in that wonderful pecan walnut crusting. Smells amazing. It looks beautiful. I'm going to add some parsley for color and just another layer of flavoring on top of these pieces of Swai fish, just like that. And now I'm going to place it in a 400-degree oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. And wait till you see what comes out of that. Now, while the Swai fish is baking, I'm going to begin to put together my sides. I have here a deep kind of frying pan, and to that I'm going to add 16 ounces of spring water, and I'm also going to add one vegetable bouillon cube by Knorr right here. I'm going to put it in the pan right here, and we're going to let that sit on the stove and begin to boil. And then I'm going to add some veggies to it. Okay, to that boiling water, I'm going to be adding Pick Sweet black-eye peas, frozen bag of peas. Absolutely love these. These are very beneficial for blood type A and blood type O. Pour that in the pan, like that. Let that come back to a boil. I'm going to add some garlic powder, liquid smoke, mesquite liquid smoke, and hickory liquid smoke to the mix. And then I'm also going to add a little pinch of salt to these black-eye peas right here. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to add that, and then I'll be right back. So like I said, I've added about a half a teaspoon each of these ingredients to the one bag of black-eyed peas, plus the one vegetable bouillon cube, to 16 ounces of spring water. And the aroma is serious, and that gives it the savory, smoky flavor that they will have once they begin to boil. Now, on top of that, I'm going to lay a few pieces of whole okra on top of that. Then I'm going to put the lid on top of the pan and allow it to sweat and steam and simmer at a low heat until they get tender to perfection. So yes, I'm going to add some okra, which is very good for blood type A and O, on top of these black-eyed peas. Next, I'm going to be making a gourmet salad to add to our meal. We always like to have some type of raw with each one of our meals because, of course, raw vegetables are at their greatest state and serve your body the best when they haven't been cooked. In fact, you kill most of the enzymes that are needed for your body when you cook your vegetables. So whereas it's good to eat vegetables and they're great cooked, they're the best when they're not cooked. So with every meal, you really should always have something that is raw that you're ingesting. So I have here some organic spinach and kale mixed, and I'm going to go ahead and actually this is just baby spinach. So I'm going to put some of that in here, and then I'm going to get some kale as well. So here's my kale. So I've put some spinach in there. We're going to add a little bit of kale. These two babies right here are just amazing for your body. Okay, on top of this bed of kale and spinach, I'm going to add some slices of seedless watermelon. And there is the fish. Wow, look at this watermelon, y'all. Nice and red. Nice and red. Hold your meal for just a minute. As you can see, the Swai fish is cooking very well. Some of the nuts on the end of the pieces of fish is browning just a little bit more, and I typically eat those because that crunchy kind of charcoal flavor is delicious. But you can see how beautiful it looks. I wish you could smell it. I'm going to put it back in for just a few more minutes to let it cook. So I've got my watermelon here. I'm just going to cut it up, at least 1/4 of it up. I'll set this piece over here, and we're going to cut it up like that. And then I got to get me a bowl. To put it inside of. Like that. And then we're going to just add those chunks to this bowl. Cut out some of the remaining meat of the watermelon. Like that. It is a sweet one. Hold your milk. So on top of this bed of spinach and kale, baby organic spinach and kale, I'm going to add a few slices of this wonderful watermelon. So I'm going to kind of julienne it like that. 2 of these very large pieces. Cut it that way, and then cut it this way. And then we're going to take them and just toss them on top of there. Just like that. How beautiful that is. Alright, so we've got watermelon on top of there. And then we're going to add some of these fresh blueberries. But I must wash them first. Alright, to my blueberries I've added water. I may have a little too much in here, so I'm going to pour some out. But I've added water, and I'm also going to add a little bit of baking soda. And then some white distilled vinegar. And this is how you firm up your berries and clean them thoroughly. Pour a little bit of that in there, and you see the activation of the vinegar and the baking soda together. It rinses off all the pesticides, any microbes or anything on there that we don't want to ingest. It gets it right off. And by the time it gets done sizzling and bubbling, you have thoroughly cleaned your berries. And then it also makes them firmer and plump. And then so I'm going to rinse them off in the strainer, and then we'll be able to add them to the salad. Okay, we've rinsed off the berries. And I typically, after I've cleaned my berries, I take the berries and I spread them over a dry, clean cloth. And I roll them back and forth to get all the excess moisture off of them before I store them in the refrigerator. Because believe it or not, water will cause your berries to start to deteriorate sooner than they need to. So I just roll them around like that, get all the excess water off, because I really don't want extra water in my salad either. I've already got watermelon. So then we're going to just take a few of these and sprinkle them on top of this beautiful salad, just like that. Doesn't that look amazing? And blueberries are amazing for you. Next, we're going to add a little bit of red onion. Then slice red onion on top of our berries and our kale and spinach. And then I'm going to create this wonderful dressing. Just a few onions. Onions, by the way, are excellent for blood type A and O. And they are also great for your eyes, great for eye health. So I'm going to slice them across this way once, and we're going to sprinkle that right on top of here, on top of this beautiful salad. All these enzymes we're going to get to eat raw, and our bodies are going to love it. The next thing I'd like to add to my salad is pecorino cheese, and this cheese is made from sheep's milk. It's about the only cheese that me and my husband can eat that is beneficial for us as a blood type A and blood type O persons. And so it's delicious. It's a salty, delicious taste. It lasts for forever. A block like this lasts forever. A block like this is about $9, but it lasts for forever if you grate it yourself. And so I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on there, the saltiness and the fresh taste of the cheese that we so love in all of our dishes. But we've had to back away from cheese just because it's just better for our health. But I put some of that on there, and this kind of gives you that cheese flavor that you're looking for, as well as the saltiness that you're looking for. Now I'm going to make this super simple dressing that we're going to put over the salad. And all it is one or two, maybe about a cup, a fourth of a cup of, depending on how sweet you want, but this is amber. No, this isn't amber. This is blue agave sweetener. This is the golden one. Okay, so I think I've got about 1/4 to 1/2 a cup there, maybe 1/3 of a cup. And then I have here extra virgin olive oil, gourmet selection by Pompeian. So you've got three different types of olives in here, and it's great for roasting and sauteing as well. But I'm going to put it in this dressing. We're going to add just about maybe a tablespoon or two to this dressing. And then the next thing I'm going to add is one squeeze fresh lemon. One squeeze fresh lemon. So here's half of that lemon, and here is the other half of that lemon. And I would I'm just going to put a pinch of salt because the pecorino does have a salty taste to it. I'm just going to add a pinch of salt to this mixture, and then we're going to mix it up, see what it tastes like, see if I need to add something else. And I do not. Oh no, I do not. This is amazing, and it's going to be amazing over that salad, over this salad right here. Now, as you can see, our black-eyed peas and okra are just about there. The okra is probably more there than the black-eyed peas. I may have should have let the black-eyed peas simmer just a little bit long before I add the okra, but that's okay. The black-eyed peas are almost ready, but I'm going to add a little more water to them and let those simmer so that it can go right alongside with everything else and our fish. All right, my friends, dinner is ready for Dr. Woodard when he gets home, and just want to give you a view of it all plated up. This is our pecan and walnut crusted Swai fish. These are our black-eyed peas with the okra, whole okra. And this is our scrumptious red and blue salad with watermelon, blueberries, red onion, pecorino cheese on top of a bed of spinach and kale. And then we have this wonderful lemony olive oil and agave nectar dressing that will be drizzled over this salad. This is our delectable meal for this evening. Thank you for joining me, and bon appetit.